Hello, everybody. Joe Baggy Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Full Metal Demon Muramasa. Last time we left off, we've gone to the dark side. We've been infected with the egg, which you know, in Kageyaki's case, just kind of seems to have gotten rid of some of his inhibition. You know, he's a lot more, you know, true to himself. Let's say, a little less held back, a little meaner, he's like, no more Mr. Nice Guy. He's had his we live in a society moment and has, come around to being his true self, the demon within, who will do anything to save his sister, even though she probably deserves to die. Let's be real. Ikaru's kind of a shithead. She's getting what's coming to her. But that probably won't happen anytime soon. Because our man, he's going full on doomsday death cult, you know, uh Joker mode. He's gonna fucking get these guys. I couldn't think of anything. It's kind of late. It's like almost 11 p.m. I'm tired today. I went to bed, at a normal time for when I got off work last night. But I had an all-day appointment today that I had to go in. Essentially, what the equivalent would be for someone like a normal person who gets off work at like 5 o'clock. Going in for an all-day appointment that starts at 2 a.m. And, you don't get off until like 11 a.m. So, 9 to 5 for me is a normal person, going to sleep as soon as they get off from work, sleeping for 5-6 hours, and then waking up and, starting their day then. Awful. And then I just kind of been lounging around at home, trying to build up the willpower to record. Ate dinner, made some popcorn, but that kind of fucked me over because right now I got a kernel stuck like between my gum and my tooth, like all the way in the back, like my very back molar on the inside of my teeth. So, where my tongue is, the inside part of my tooth. And it's like halfway between the other tooth. So I can't even fucking get that bitch right now. Like I'd have to go upstairs and like get out my actual I'm not gonna call them dentistry tools because it's just the metal hooks and picks that you buy at the Walmart like uh like dental hygiene aisle for like $5, you know, which I try not to use those very often because I don't want to scrape the enamel on my teeth. I'm very fortunate that I have good, I'm not gonna say great teeth. I have good teeth. They're a little cramped on the bottom. The top, it's tight, but they're straight. And I've already had all my wisdom teeth out. And besides like a porcelain filling that I got when I was like 14, which they didn't even have to like actually drill into my tooth. They just kind of like got rid of like the surface there and just went like zzz, and popped it in. Like you can't even see that I have it unless I point it out. Like I have to point out to my dentist that I have a filling on one of my tooths, my teeths, because they can't see it. But besides that, I've had no dental problems, and I don't want to start that by getting rid of my enamel. My sister, on the other hand, she's got some bad teeth. Not really her fault though. She has just some teeth with bad enamel, and that they've had to get like capped and crowned and all that fucking garbage. Not fun. Expensive too. But, I do have full dental coverage. Thank you, U.S. government and the U.S. taxpayer for paying for my dental bills. So, I could afford to, get like one gold tooth, as a treat for me. But in the event that I ever, fall into, you know, uh, unsavory hands, I don't want, my teeth getting pulled out, so let's keep them au natural for now, huh? But yeah. Ugh. My neck is sore too. We were shooting a bunch today, and it's all like the prone supported, prone unsupported, fucking crouching supported, standing supported, and it's just kind of like going through all those weird fucking shit. Most of it's prone, which isn't too bad, but shitty M4s, just trying to get a good sight picture. I got my dog shit glasses. I need to get a new prescription too. I was wearing my old glasses that I got in basic training. They're not the old school fucking BCGs, the birth control glasses. Like they used to give you the straight up glasses from the nerd emoji. Uh and I was gonna say recently, but it's like a goddamn decade ago now. They replaced them with just normal looking glasses. But the issue was they're too like narrow. So as I'm like fucking trying to look down the sights, my glasses are shifting because I'm shooting and the recoil is bouncing. It's like shaking my body a little. And my fucking ear defenders, my headset is like moving, and that's causing my glasses to shift. And so it's like, all right, cool. Now I'm just staring at the frame of my glasses instead of through the lens. Then I'm like stopping. I have to adjust, and now my fucking sight picture's all messed up because I've needed to like look away and fix myself. So long, long day, very long. But now I have my coffee, which I was gonna say that's gonna help me somehow, but it won't. It's just gonna make me sleepy. It's my bedtime pot of coffee because I'm a psycho like that. On the right side, I'll probably wake up nice and early tomorrow and might go for a swim at the Y. I had planned to do that today, but then I forgot that, I had this all day thing instead, so that sucked. But hey, the good thing about going early is I'll be there before like all the fucking all the moms get off work and bring their kids to go to the pool, and before all the kids get off, the older kids, the high schoolers, the almost adults get off school to go to the pool for swim team shit. So beat the rush. Going to the gym at like 9-10, fantastic. There's like 5 people there. Love it. Anyway, I'm rambling on. It's almost been 10 minutes. Jesus. Muramasa, let's go. There's no change here. No movement of light or air. Just a single moment stretched to infinity. The darkness is close. My chains are unbreakable. And my heart, my shigane, is rusting away. Yeah, how you doing, Muramasa? I failed him. My master, Kageaki, is gone. Locked me in this place, then disappeared. No doubt he stands with Chachamaru now. I do not blame him for this. How could I? The change that took him, I could have prevented. Only I had the power. But I was weak, and now all is lost. The chains binding me are forged of Tsurugi steel. I cannot hope to break free. Worse, they disrupt the flow of heat. I don't know how. I only know that they prevent me from using my power. So, I'm left with nothing but to lie here, useless and broken, like a doll whose owner has moved on. I deserve no less. This is a fair end for one as worthless as I. But not for him.
Ito.
My thoughts now are full of him. I swore that I would give him strength, that I would be worthy of the trust he showed me. But I failed him at his moment of greatest need. I let his soul be torn from him, twisted and bound to the service of a Genseigo. That snake, Chachamaru, said it would make him honest. In a sense, she spoke the truth. Not change him into something new. It took one part of him and made it the whole. And everything else, everything that might have kept him in check, was discarded like so much waste. His doubt, the conflict between his sense of duty and his desire to save Minato Hikaru. The League ended that conflict once and for all, before he could make the choice himself. I'm sure he's found a kind of peace. I myself once told him to abandon guilt, abandon duty, become but a tool to serve my purpose. I even tried to force it on him, with the same power that holds him now. But he rejected the escape I offered. Instead, he pledged to honor my will, if I would honor his, that we might be joined not as master and slave, but as comrades in battle, two halves of one whole. I'll never forget that moment, though I may live 10,000 years. Nor will I abandon him to the consequences of my failure. I will not sit by and watch as he is forced to break the promise that brought us together. Kageaki needs me. I must go. Alas, the desperate cry of my soul is not enough to break the chains that binds me. And this is hardly my first attempt. Nothing has changed. The darkness still cages me with bars cold as ice. Each attempt merely widens the cracks in my shigane, bringing me closer to final oblivion. Once I slept through centuries, unthinking, unfeeling. But now I have a master. I cannot be alone. I need him. Rusting, rusting away. I feel the end approaching. Sooner or later, despair will destroy me. But do I have the right to reject that fate? I've already proven my worthlessness. Is he not better off without me? Rusting away in the dark. Oh, hey.
事の司祭はわからぬが、どうやら先日の借りを返せそうだな。
Having friends pays off, huh?
あなた。
The conference room is crowded. The four generals who lead Rokahara are seated around the center table, each with a number of aides at their back. General Usadoshin, governor of Koga. General Imagawa Raicho, governor of Oyumi. General Otori Shishiku, governor of Sasagawa. General Ashikaga Chachamaru, governor of Horigo. Together, these four command the total military might of Kanto. With the sole exception of the allied garrison in Yamato, their power is without equal on Yamato's shores. Should they wish it, entire cities may vanish in fire and smoke. It has happened once already. But in order for any undertaking of scale to proceed, the four generals must first reach a consensus. That is the purpose of this meeting today.
最優先事項は国氏殿下を大将領の地位につけること。おのおの方、まずこの点はよろしいか。
異論はない。棟梁不在のままでは将兵の士気も好機も低下する一方だ。
Yeah, I gotta get all your ducks in a
お
row.
じじの死亡発表からこっち緩みっぱなしだからな。死因も何も説明なし。死んだとしか教えられないんじゃ動揺して当然だろって話だが。
I mean, there's not really much you could do. It's like, yeah, you could make something up, but, you know, having no body is kind of an issue. If you just put out a thing saying, oh yeah, he fell down the stairs and hit his head, you can't say that. You can't fucking say that. And then, you know, the whole body thing is also bad. Because, you know, probably a state service would be in order. Da-da-da-da, do the thing, parade the body, do the rites, yada yada. You know, people would want to see it, you know. I guess you could find, like, just a body double. He's got to have one, you know. It's not unreasonable. And then, you know, just use that. But,
正しく伝えた方が良かったかしらね。
暗殺されたと思われるが、詳しい状況は全く不明。死体すら発見できていない。
there's no way you can say that.
でござるの。
Without a body, you can't even weaken a Burnism. I was there when Hikaru destroyed Hachiman's shrine. I could provide the answers they require, but of course, that is not my place. The general's aides are not permitted to speak. Not that I would tell them if I were.
動揺を収める方法は
Yeah, that would
一つ
just open a whole new can of
国氏
worms.
殿下をいただいて新たな体制を発足させ旧体制のすべてを過去に追いやるのだ。宝刀参拝の事件など、そもそも足利森氏という男自体いなかったこ
Just
と
don't
にし
even
てしまえ。
acknowledge it.
できるわけないでしょ
バカな、騒ぐな。過去の歴史を変えられんのは分かっている。
Yep, just never bring it up ever again.
俺が言っているのは、そ
Tie
れ
it
く
up,
らいの意
you
識
know,
で今後に臨めて
tie
い
a
る
nice little
気
bow
構え
on
の
it,
話だ。
all loose ends tied up, just like, boom, put it in the closet. Just never acknowledge it.
分かってるから言ってんのよ。全部なかったことにしろ。あんた天下を平定したお父様の業績を何だと思って。
ライチョウ殿、ライチョウ殿、
Yeah,
ここ
you're
は
being
どうか
emotional.
抑えてください。
我慢できることとできないことがあります。いくら同心様のお言葉でも。
お気持ちごもっともわかります。されど獅子殿のご意見もいささか暴言とは申せ一理あり。今は昔日の栄光に酔う時ではなく、明日の栄光が我らのものであることを万民に示さねばならぬ時でござるゆえ。
Yeah, have, you know, you got that social contract with society where, you know, they'll understand that, you know, even if we don't say anything, that, you know, we respected the man, yada yada, but we're not gonna say anything, so you people better not fucking say anything even though it's good for you.
それはそうですけれど。
森氏公を腫れ物扱いにするのは一時のこと。国氏殿下の陸へ大将領周囲が無事に行われ、幕府の支配が再び確かなものとなった後で、改めて個人の栄誉を称えましょうぞ。
Yeah, I gotta plug the holes in this sinking ship first.
その折には盛大な葬儀も執り行わねば。とにもかくにも、まずは幕府体制の再建。来長殿ほどのお方であれば、事の道理がお分かりにならぬはずはござるまい。
Yeah, like you can't have this nice, you know, backyard barbecue, you know, get the whole neighborhood together, you know, have some fucking potato salad and like hot dogs and hamburgers, you know, while your house is also on fire in the background. And you just all agree to ignore it.
はい。
You gotta, you know, put out some fires first.
ご了承、かたじけなく存ずる。いやいや、安堵いたした。まずは我ら4人が結束せねば、幕府を立て直すなど夢のまた夢でござるからの。
Yeah.
坊主必死だな。
ああ、
Yeah.
必死だな。
Laying it on a little thick there.
入道様、頑張って。
さて、では何事もなかったかのように仕切り直すといたそう。国氏殿下に大将領の位を襲っていただくには、無論朝廷の許しが必要でござる。そのための工作を今京都で室町短大が進めているのでござるが、
何か支障でも。
公家衆の態度がどうもこうのれんに腕押し、ぬかに釘のようでしてな。
What do you mean?
今は帝が気鬱だの、吉日を選んでだのと、
Okay, they're just
剣
spinning the
を左右に
wheels,
するばか
you
り。
know.
具体的な言地を与えぬつもりらしいというのが室町よりの報告でござる。
Yeah.
まあ、予想されたことではないか。
こっちが混乱の早期収拾を望むってんなら、あっちは逆のことを望むに決まってるしな。
Yep.
できるだ
Weaken
け
your
今の状
position
態を長
further
引か
to
せて
advance the wrong.
動揺を拡大させたいんだろ。そっから先のビジョンがどの程度あるんだかは知らんけど。
各地の倒幕派と結び一斉放棄でもさせるつもりか、あるいは進駐軍の介入に期待しておるのか。
その結果、大和がどうなるかまでは考えずにか。
Oh, what can you expect from a
無
bunch
責
of
任な策
degenerate
謀家ども
nobles?
ならやりかねんな。一つ手こ入れをしてはどうだ、和尚。
いかようにでござろう。
俺が一軍を率いて上洛する。
またんかい。
Yeah, that's kind of frowned upon.
ガソリンの海に火のついたマッチを投げ込むようなもんだな。
Well, actually, that wouldn't really do anything. gasoline only really ignites when it's vaporized. So if you toss a match into like a bucket of gasoline, it's not going to do anything.
ために笹川で準備を始めたと情報を流せばいい。
But you know, I know what you meant.
脅しでござるか。
見切られたらどうする？
その時は本当に上洛するまでだ。
Then you just do it.
逆賊岡部頼綱追悼の報告だのなんだの適当に名目を見繕ってな。
You know, like a year after the fact, but
あんたそんなことして平穏無事に済むと思ってんの？
平穏には済むまい。だがこのまま公家衆に六原を侮ら
yeah,
せ
as
て
long
お
as
く
you
よりは
win, you
マ
can
シ
say anything you want after the fact.
案ずるには及ばん。おはぐろどもの底など知れている。
I was gonna say black tooth. I'm like, what? But then I remember that was a anachronistic, like Japanese fucking thing among the nobility is that they would like paint their teeth black.
裏で絵図面を描いている奴らは別としても大半の公家が見
You
てい
know,
る
just
の
like
は
how,
目先の利害
you
だ。
know, in the US, it's like,
室
oh,
町短大
having
に渋って見せてい
early
るの
white teeth is
値
considered,
上
you
げ
know, a
交渉
sign
く
of
らい
like
の考えでしかなかろうよ。
wealth and like prosperity. It's like in feudal Japan, it's like having your teeth dyed black was the same. It's like, all right, sure, man.
この機に少しでも大軍を良くさせたいのだ。
Can't see those
脅
those
しを
tea
かけ
stains if you know
う
your
まそう
teeth
な
are
餌をちらつかせてや
pitch
れば
black.
たちまちこちらになびいてくる。
飴とムチってわけ？古典的ね。
いいんでない？古典的な手で。あ
Mhm.
の連中頭の中身が1000年前から変わってないしな。
なるほど。異論はござらんかな。ではこの件はシシク殿にお任せいたそう。
Have fun.
承知。
これでうまくいけばいいけれど。
うまくいったらいったで次の問題だな。
進駐軍か。
Yeah, they not likely to stay quiet during all this.
ジュネーブの諜報班から報告があったわね。GHQ のロビー活動が実を結びそうだって。
反乱鎮圧の様相がことさらに残虐性を誇張して伝えられているとのことでござったな。事実無根にはあらず苦情を言えた筋合いでもないが。
国連決議が出るのも近いかね。
対大和最前線。
Yep.
いや
A
対
little
六原宣戦布告か。
you know, a little intervention on behalf of the nation's people.
来るなら来
You
ればい
know,
い。
a la 2003 Iraq, the little coalition of the willing.
もはやいつ戦端が開かれてもおかしくないということでござるの。むしろ殿が亡くなられた隙をすぐさまついてこなかったのが不思議なほど。
政治の都合やら軍備の都合やらがあったんだろう。
Testing the waters.
あとこっちが絶頂の時に叩き潰してこそってのもあるだろうしな。
その方が民衆の受けはいいわね。
You know, it was very sudden, so they weren't ready for it either. So now they gotta do some backroom, you know, conversations like this too. Like, what the fuck are we even gonna do now?
侮られたものだ。
Like, is this when we go?
とすれば海戦ののろ
Like,
しが上
oh
が
shit,
る
is
の
it
は
happening?
国
Is
氏
this
殿
our
下が
time?
大将領となられ幕府体制に再建のめどがついた時。
ほぼ同時でしょうね。
Mm-hmm.
演出効果を狙うならそれが最高ですから。
だろうな。そのつもりで我らも備えておく必要がある。もしも向こうが動かなかったらその時は好機だ。こちらから仕掛けて一気に横浜を落とす。6年間の屈辱一朝で晴らしてくれるわ。
I mean, you got big plans there.
そういうからには順調なんでしょうね。あれの準備。
You know, how much bite you got behind that bark, huh?
当然だ。貴様などに心配される言われはない。
ああ虎の子ね。今のうちに一度見ておきたいなあれ。シシクこの後笹川に戻るんだろ。あても一緒に行くよ。
You guys got a secret weapon too?
無用だ。貴様に心配される言われもない。
あるよありあり。あのプランに金と人員を一番出してるのは当てなのです。 世の中で一番偉いのは
What Wunderwaffen do you guys got? You know,
これ真
they got the forged bomb.
軍務はどうする？
有能な副官に
If we're going off the plot of, you know, the historical documentary Battlefield Bad Company 2, it's some kind of like WMD EMP device
貴様か。
that, you know, going into this timeline would be like, I don't know, deactivate a fucking Tsurugi Shinogi and it just crashes or something.
は
Although I wasn't expecting the mention, I respond without missing a beat. Like last time, I'm ready for anything.
確かにチャチャ丸よりはよほど当てになりそうだが。
そうだろうそうだろう
皮肉は理解しなさいよ。
しかし何にしても抜擢されたばかりの新任。チャチャ丸殿抜きで仕事をさせるのはさすがにまだ荷が重いのではござらんかな。
大丈夫だよね
閣下のご期待に沿うべく奮励努力いたします。
いまいちの反応もっと説得力のある言葉でアピールした方がいいっぽいよ
Well, you know, he can't give an answer one way or the other. He's never done it either himself,
わ
so
かりました。この方がいるとむしろ仕事の邪魔です。
there we go.
はーいすごい説得力だ飛びに出ます探さないでください
探さないわ。
そうか。それならいい。期待しているぞ。港中
Like,
さ
oh, we can get along with this guy.
では議題を移すといたそう。倒幕派の動きについて報告があり申す。最近岡部残党らしき一派が
Well, they're probably fucking everywhere. The conference, words. The conference ends up lasting over 2 hours. Afterwards, I find myself alone with Chachamaru. Her other aides have returned to their duties.
評議の場ではああ言ったが、実際俺に久保職の代行が務まるかどうかは知らんぞ。
平気っしょお兄さん適性ありそうだしお手もなるだけ早めに戻ってくるしさ
He's like, I don't know about this, man. Like, I was an accountant before like all this shit started.
笹川へ何をしに行く？
Like, fucking door-to-door vacuum salesman. Whatever he did at his company, I don't fucking know. Sounded like there was something she wanted to see, but I know better than to take anything she does at face value.
今シシクの下で編成が進んでる六原の決戦兵力にちょっと手を加えてこようと思って
ほう。
つまりね
待て。
はい
誰か来る。
ああいつなら気にしなくても平気こっち側だから
Yeah, the Doomsday Cult. Yeah, it's Bartholomew. Words. Bartholomew? The name, I can't say it. I mentioned this the last time he popped up. You know, his Christian name, because I can't remember what his actual name is. You know, his Nihongo name. Bartholomew, there we go. Too many syllables. There's like a weird... The middle of his name is very round, and I don't like that syllable in my mouth. The muscles just don't want to say it. From the corner ahead steps a man of singular appearance. He stops several paces away and executes a perfect bow.
堀越中将様、ご騎乗お喜び申し上げます。
ういっすまた世話になるわ
はは。
あ紹介しないとねこいつは
Yeah, Yagu, that's right, the swordsman guy.
聞いたことある
Well, obviously he's a swordsman guy. He's got a sword, but you know, like the Yagu, you know. Of course, there isn't a swordsman in Yamato who hasn't.
六原新影流宗主。
そうそうあと馬屋衆の事実上のボス
The Umaya Shu are the Ashikaga clan's personal bodyguard. The same could be said of all Rokuhara to one degree or another, but the Umaya Shu are special. They have served Ashikaga for centuries. I've heard that most of their work is done in the shadows. The leader would likely command influence far greater than his rank would suggest. It would be wise not to run afoul of this man. I opened my mouth to make my introduction. The man is faster.
柳生上安でございます。港影明様。お会いする機会を心待ちにしておりました。自分は、いささか
What
存じ上げております。
what kind of things from is what Chachamaru's told you, or like previous investigation work into the Crimson Musha?
お兄さんは局地的に有名人だからね。
Yeah. What circles? I feel something dark at work here.
他の連中も紹介しとかないと。
でしたらば、閣下。ちょうど良い折でございます。本日の集会に、港様もお連れください
Oh
ませ。
boy.
本日は？
は、それをお伝えに参りました。
Got a cult meeting to go to?
本日夜、
Like the rec center of a church's
交差の街道
basement?
にてとのこと。
Where, you know, the lights are all like
あ
old
正しい話
fluorescent,
や
but
な。
they're like the yellowed kinds, and everything's like linoleum down there.
お兄さん、そういうわけだから今晩少し
It's
付き合っ
making
て
me
く
think
れ
of my
る？
time in the Boy Scouts where we had our troop meetings in the, you know, the basement of the church, where they'd also have like the spaghetti dinners and random fucking events. I never went to church. It's just the church that sponsored my troop. But, you know, spent many a year fucking in that basement.
どこへだ？
The smell too, the slightly musty basement smell, and that it just like it needs to get aired out, but there's no windows, so you can't.
近場。くだらない趣味人どもの集まりがあるの。
いかん。
お姫に関わる話。
I'll go.
一度は会わせておきたいやつがいるんだよね。向こうも会いたがってたし。
必要なこと
Yeah, the crazy guy.
うん。
He'll be there.
なら仕方
I know that doesn't narrow it down. You know, everyone there's gonna be crazy, but the one that's a little more, you know, a little wackier than everyone else. If it concerns Hikaru, then I have no choice.
やった。じゃあ先に伝えといてよ、ジョアン。お兄さん連れてくって。
かしこまりました。では、私はこれで、次の方がお待ちの様子。
Oh, I'm sure.
Well?
It's tough being popular. As Yakyu Joan departs without a sound, words. Man, I can't even speak. Rokuhara officer runs up to Chachamaru. I don't recognize the man, but his uniform bears the insignia of Horigo.
閣下。
Horigoe? Sounds like they say that the fucking E at the end of here, so that's what I'll do too.
どうした？こんなツルツルした廊下で走ると転ぶよ。
Well, yeah, it's probably like freshly polished wood.
それが旧報でして、堀越館からの
急？
こちらに。
The officer presents Chachamaru a telegram. She takes it out, opens it, and skims it quickly.
わかった。言ってよし。
はっ。
何があった？
Jailbreak.
村正が逃げた。やろう。
Yeah, almost like, you know, they have friends on the outside still. That night, Chachamaru and I leave the castle alone. We take a car, which she drives herself, through Kamakura to Sagami Bay. Our destination turns out to be a luxury hotel, one of the few in the area. Chachamaru and I have changed into civilian clothes, but I can't help but wonder if uniforms would be less conspicuous. She must have a reason for wanting to keep her identity a secret. We enter through a back door and board an elevator. It takes us up to the top floor.
パンツ。グバッチ。
こいつは。
チャチャマル、合わせたい人間というのはまさかこれではないだろうな。
Something like that.
えっ その
It's a little difficult to say yes after that first impression, but
もしそうなら悲しむべきことだ。俺ではなく。
待ってノーモア制裁ノーモアリンチ違うんすよこいつアホですけどアホなだけではないんです
ほう。
第一印象はおよそ考える限り最悪だったと思いますがどうかそれは忘れてください
いいだろう。
yeah, it was just a, a poorly timed joke.
では
It didn't
この男
land,
アホでないなら何なのだ。率直に
Jordan, I guess he's German. Deutsch Jordan.
変態
そうか。
I wind my arms around Chachimaru's neck, preparing to snap her spine like a twig.
正直に答えすぎだ
何やってるのかね君は。現れるなり生命の危機に陥ったりして。
おめえ誰のせいだと思ってんだよ
Yeah, the Germans aren't specifically known to be humorous individuals. They don't have good practice at making jokes. Well, he thought it would,
愚かなことをしたのだろ
cut the tension.
その通りだ。
う。はあ、やっぱりね。彼女は僕にとって良き友人なのだが、しばしば正当な理由もなく他人を責めるのが欠点だな。パンツも脱がないし。
Ugh. Like ever?
それは直してやった方がいいだろう。
Gross.
パンツはと
She really should after, what happened to the last pair, what you guys did earlier today. They'd be getting real gross right about now. That was like 12 hours ago. Ugh.
友人としての義務だと思っているよ。温かく見守りつつ忠告を重ねるつもりだ。
正しい対応だと思う。友人に恵まれてよかったな、チャチャマル。
Yeah, but unfortunately for you, she likes it rough.
本当だね。君、なんでマジ泣きしてるの？
Women things, don't worry about it.
だからだよちくしょう最近なんだか世の中が当てに優しくね
やれやれ。
Everything.
世話の焼けるパンツ脱がない少女だ。
同意する。ところで、パンツの変態男。
Yeah, who are you?
何かな？
これからここで何の集まりがあるのだ。
Chichimaru has not been forthcoming.
まさか、パンツの着脱と健康の関連性について討論する集会。
I mean, you
では
definitely
あるまい
should,
と信じるが。
change your underwear at least once a day.
当たらずとも遠からず。
You know, if it's the weekend and you're not going out or doing anything, I can let it slide if you wear them for an extra day. But rolling on 3, nah, that's not an option, dog.
嘘です当たってないし近くもないだからそんな殺意に満ちた目つきでこっち見ないでくださいお願いします
君はパンツを脱ぐときに
If you're gonna piss yourself, at least like move on to the tile so you
そ
don't
れ
like
とも
stain the
左足
carpet.
を先に抜くかで議論する人々がいたら滑稽だと思うかね？
思う。
Hey, you just do it all at once.
十字を切るときにどういう順序で切るべきかキリスト教徒同士で激しく言い争っていたらやはり滑稽だと思うかね？
Not really. Maybe? I don't know. I've always seen people do it, fucking... Not most of the time it's horizontally first.
滑稽なのだよ。ありもしない価値をあるものとして扱い尊び。
I don't know if there's a like specific orthodox way to do it. Like I said, I like never been to church. I went like twice, but that was due to scout stuff. My parents never made me go to church.
滑稽だ。
I got nothing against it. Like both my parents were raised Catholic, but they both also didn't really like going to church very much as a kid. So they're like, if you want to go, just ask, we'll take you, or, when you're an adult, you can go on your own. We don't care. And I'm like, I'm good.
しかしだね。これこそ知的活動ではないか？ 知性以外の何を使えばこんなことができる？真実に従うことは誰にでもできる。知性なき野の獣にも。だが虚構に真実と同等の価値を与えてひれ伏すようなことが
No?
獣にできるだろうか。
それは宗教論か。
そうとも。宗教が人間を愚民にするといった者もいるが、全くの誤解だ。宗教こそ極めて高度な知的活動の産物に他ならない。
I mean, I do think like some form of like higher belief is like quintessential to the human experience. Whether, you know, you find that in actual organized religion or whatever else, you know, so be it.
宗教は人類史上最も人間らしい発明とも言えるのだよ。
なるほど。知的遊戯としての宗教。
Like I said, I'm not a particularly religious person myself. I find it more interesting from like you know, historical, you know, sociological, fucking like humanities lens of it, you know.
滑稽だな。
実にね。
だが、そう考えれば悪くない。
だろ
いや
なんであんたら会話が通じてんの？
では、ここで行われるのは宗教論争か何かか。
Yeah, are we doing Bible study?
そうだね。論争ではないな。結論はすでに出ている。結論に基づく行動についての相談だ。
結論とは？
神を冒涜する尊き虚構。
Well, you know, instead of like, you know, pulling God down from the heavens, it's more, you know, ripping him up, yeah, from the bowels of the earth.
同志港影焼挨拶が遅れてしまったが、僕は今日君に出会えたことを生涯の喜びとするよ。
まだ名を聞いていなかったな。
ウォルフ。
ウォルフ。
Sure, I encountered that name recently.
教授と呼んでくれても構わない。おや？バルトロメオじゃないか。
良い夜でございます。ウォルフ教授、港様もよくぞお越しくださいまし
Well,
た。
what a eclectic cast of characters we have here.
バルトロメ
洗礼名ですよ。
His Christian name? I thought Rokahara had effectively outlawed the Christian faith.
君が来たということは、そろそろ時間かな？
Well, you know, the whole practice in secret thing, it's a big part of, you know, Christian history, so
はい。
if anything, that persecution is one of those things that just,
も
you
う
know,
間もなく
hardens
参られま
people's
す。
faith even more.
そうかそうか。
Everything is a trial.
それで
Yada yada.
そちらのご婦人は？
Wolf directs his gaze over Joansai's shoulder. Oh, hey, you're here. Are you a new recruit, or have you always been a part of this? A woman is standing there. She's young and pretty, but that does little to offset the air of gloom that surrounds her. Her eyes are too dark, like obsidian marbles. She seems not to notice our presence, almost like she's in a trance.
今回より新規に参加される方です。
Recent events want you
港様
to,
と同じく
you know, tear everything down and, like, you know, pull up God and, you know, get some answers.
おお。では今日は2名もの新たな仲間を迎え入れられる
At
わけ
this
か。
rate, you're gonna need to get a bigger venue.
輝かしい日だな。
あ、ジョアン来たか。よかった。ちょっと話があるんだ。
なんでございましょう。堀越中将様。
いや、昼におめえと会ったすぐ後にさ、堀越から連絡が来て。
Joansai leans forward and Chachamaru whispers in his ear. After a few moments, he steps back and nods.
さようでございますか。 確かに放置するのは危険かもしれません。
あては明日から笹川へ行かなきゃなんねえ。それで頼みたいんだが。
And, you know, take over this, I was gonna say investigation, but it's more like you're just trying to track her
お
down.
任せくださいませ。信頼のおけるものを選
You
び、
know, going on a bit of a
調査に
manhunt
向かわせましょ
助かる
or
わ。
spider hunt.
う。何ほどのことでもありません。
Joansai smiles softly. And then the lights go out. The room goes dark, though there remains enough light to make out the shapes of people entering through the doors in each wall. A dozen people, no more. They position themselves around the dim chamber, seemingly without order or purpose. If I had to guess, I'd say they were standing wherever they felt like. And yet, when they all have stopped moving, a circle has formed around the five of us.
集まったようだね。さて、今夜は新しい仲間が2人もいる。
Yeah, you know, stand up, say your
Mother-
name, where you're
我
from,
々の紹介
you
から
know, your
始めたいと思う
hobbies.
が、異論はないかな。
An interesting thing about yourself. Applause fills the darkness around us. Although I cannot see any faces, I assume this indicates approval.
よろしい。では、我々を語ろう。今ここに集った人間は何もかも不揃いだ。例えば、僕は妄想郷のレッテルを
I
貼
mean,
ら
you
れた
most certainly
ガ
are,
ット。
but
彼女は生まれながらの異能者。
I mean, she is, you know, a little terrible gremlin thing, but you know, you don't have to say it like that.
隠れキリシタ。そして
The professor lifts his arms and begins to point.
大陸経済界の黒幕、新興宗教の大幹部、処刑されたはずの連続殺人犯、その名を知らぬ者はいない金幕スター、退役軍人、道化師、大地主、多重人格者、
Okay.
財閥のトップ、物理学者、神父、高級娼婦、全州の破門僧、株で大儲けしたものの使い道がない青年、バラバラだ。全くバラバラだ。
Except that
人種
we're
や
all
国籍さえ
here now
統一され
together.
ていない。
What a nice found family we all have, yeah?
一体これは何の集団だ。全人類からくじか何かで選ばれて集まっただけか。違うね。我々を結集したのは願いだ。ただ一つの欲求
And
の
what
た
kind
め。
of dreams that chef gotta have to, you know, decide, you know, we really gotta get God, huh?
それは何だ。
神だよ。
神そうか、そんなものがいるならぜひとも見たいね。
もう神くらいしか興味はない。
神が必要です。罪深き
Okay.
私を完膚なく否定するために。
人間を愛するのも憎むのも育てるのも殺すのもなぶるのも何もかも飽きた。人ならぬ者に会いたい。神を見たい。
いやー、ギャグとして最高だと思うんだよね。神様
Yeah,
は本当にいたんで
It'll
す。
be like that South Park episode, though, where, you know, everyone goes to heaven and it's like, oh, no. The real faith was Mormon. Everyone's like, ah!
神なんていねえ。いたら殺す。
神様ならきっと私を愛してくれる。
神よ。
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 Yeah, God.
どうよお兄さん。
Big old capital G.
世にもくだらねえクズどもばっかだろ。こいつら
Yep, bunch of
もう人間
wackadoos.
じゃ満足できないんだ。神なんてもんにすがらないと人生やってけね。そのためなら何だってする気でいる。
何でも。
今ここにいる連中に
And the world?
は目的の他にもう一個共通項があってね。
Yeah.
金と人間を動かせるっていう。こいつらはその力で裏からサポートする。
how much influence does a serial murderer
これ
have?
からやることを、お姫を神にする計画を。この会はもと
Like,
も
I get
と
the banker and the
生きる目に飽きた
billionaire
奴らが集まっ
and,
て
you know, the
手慰み
fucking
の魔術やら
CEOs
錬
and
金
yada
術
yada
やらに
yada.
ふけるオカルト結社でしかなかった。
And, you know,
でも
top chef, you know, probably a
今は少し違う。
celebrity, you know, connections with the rich and powerful, but no, really though, what is the fucking mass murderer got
いくつかの出来事があった。
other than he's like a doer? You know, you can get him to go do things.
まず僕が神の実在を推論したこ
You know,
と。
like he's like a
けれ
field
どこの
agent,
時
you know?
は僕自身が論文の成否について自信を書いていた。僕は自分の論文に無双論と題さなくてはならなかった。だがしかし
What the heck?
そのウォルフの論文をすでに神の存在を感受してい
Like,
た
oh yeah,
は
that's
ず
the
だ。
voice that talks to me.
根性。
果てには聞こえるんだ。果ては人として生まれなかったから。人に
Okay.
は聞こえない声が聞こえる。地の底でギャーギャー騒いでるやつの声がね。
Like, damn, bitch, you're crazy. My incredulity must have shown on my face, because for an instant, Chachimaru smiles. The expression is truly terrible to behold.
聞いてみるかいお兄さん。味わってみるかい
Sure.
足利チャチャ丸の世界を。これさ。
What is this? A voice? This is a voice? Feels like my brain is being hammered on an anvil. Like 1,000 sharp knives are slicing it to ribbons. Like every demon and torment of hell has taken up residence in my skull. This is a voice? Whose?
神よ。
なんという多さ、恐ろしさ。
I don't know, man. You sure you're not just like listening to plate tectonics?
毎度毎度吐き気がする声だ。おぞましい。
ああ、我が神。
Alright. Ugh. God? No. This is no god. This is nothing but
そうだよお兄さん。
Chachimaru whispers for my ears alone.
これはただの力だ。神なんて大層なもんじゃね。知性なんてあるもんか。こいつは力の塊で、それ以外に何もありゃしない。途方もなく強大で、
You just happen to be like real in tune with it.
ただ強大なだけで何の意味もない。虫けらにも劣る。
Yeah, worms are good for your garden. Unless they're flathead worms, you know, that invasive species that's in the US where they say to just kill them.
だからこいつは欲しいんだ。
But there's no way to do that. You know, get them
自
all.
分に意味を与
It's
え
like
る
impossible.
ユーザーが。
It's like those spotted lanternflies. They're here. Like, sure, you can kill them on sight, but, you know, you're never going to be able to get them all.
だからずっと四六時中
But hey, if there's only one god, then yeah, we can get
燃
him.
えたけって言いやがる。人の迷惑も
We just gotta wait till he, like, leaves his house and, like, walks to his car, and then we can just jump him. Chochimaru's voice is thick with emotion, hate, rage, despair.
神を追い求める探求者であった僕、神の声を伝える預言者であった彼女、僕らは巡り合った。彼女と会い、僕は自分の推論に根拠を得た。僕と会って彼女は自分が感覚したものを理解した。今や神の座標は特定されて
Oh, how
いる。
convenient.
大和帝国相模玉名は不堕落城から地球中心方向へ
That's pretty far
115
down.
キロ。そこに神はいる。
Gonna get pretty toasty down
そこへ
there.
至る道を開く方法もある。金星号、史上の剣、最も親に近き子が 今という時代には存在するのだ。
We got the key. All we gotta do is
条件
unlock
は
the
ここま
door.
で整っている。ならば我々は何をすべきだ。諸君、
呼べ。
神を呼べ。
この地上に神を呼び出
知るために、暴くために、
す。崇めるために。
罵るために、笑うために。
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just get God.
呼べ。
神を。
新たなる友よ。我々は歓迎する。
Sure, man.
心より歓迎する。黄金の夜明けを求める同志。
Woo! Golden Dawn.
ようこそ。クリューネドラヘゲゼルシャフタへ。
Couldn't have chosen like a more easier name to say. Hey, look at that! You know, finally reporting back to the boys and the girls, and you know the team. You know, your original team. I finally finished telling the story, beginning with the events at Hachiman's shrine and ending with my arrival here at Kenchoji Temple. My audience is a strange assortment of people. Kikuchi his name's real pointy. Akitaka? Atitaka. Akitaka. There we go. Gotta put the emphasis on the right syllable. The man Kakiagi calls Commissioner. He was once joined to the Minato family, so he knows more of my line than most. His Imperial Highness, Prince Haruhiro, the Emperor's younger brother, is my first time meeting him, but I know that he has long supported our quest to destroy Genseigo. These two I know, Otori Kaine and her servant, a Yamatoan, but who serves the foreign army that has invaded this land. Her motives are still a mystery to me. The girl who follows Kaguya, kind of half completed itself there, and it threw me off, who follows Kageaki like a lost puppy. Ichijo Ayane. Wait, Ayane Ichijo. Don't know why, but she's been giving me strange looks this whole time. And finally, Kuronose Doji. He supposedly leads one of the factions opposing Rokuhara. He's also the man who rescued me from Chochomaru's manor after Kageaki and I helped him escape that same manor some days before. Of my 6 listeners, he is the only one who knew nothing of Genseigo. I can tell he's having trouble digesting my story. He's like, man, I woke up and this is like a lot.
何から驚いたらええのかわからんくらいの心地やね。なあ所長。
はい。
この姉ちゃんが村正の剣ってのは、まあ所長から聞いてたからええとしといて。本当はちっとも良くないけどな。
いや。
影焼君が銀星号の力で洗脳されて、幕府側に寝返ってるやで。
Yes and no, it's complicated.
されど聞く限り、チャチャマル殿と六原とは必ずしも同一視できぬよう
It's
で
like
ございます
on
な。
paper, he's now on their payroll, but
そうです
he
ね。
might be wearing the uniform, but he's
幕
not
府ではな
working
く
for him.
堀越久保が銀星号とつながっていて、今は影明様を取り込んでいると考えるべきでしょう。
一体何を企んでんだよ、そいつは。
さて、銀星号と連携して何やら
Yeah, they
大
got
事を
a-
起こそうという腹のようですが。
They got a nice group of power players, you know, here.
単純に幕府内の権力
They could
争い
do
に
just
利
about
用しようとか、進駐軍との戦争に役立てようとか、そういう次元の話ではなさそうです。もっと異質な。
Yeah, some strange, mysterious third option we don't know
確か
about.
に宿坊のほか3人、遊佐同心、今川来長、大鳥獅子倉とて独自の野心には事欠かないでしょうが、彼らのそれはまず六原という土台によるもので、だからこそ外敵に対しては結束して当たることもでき
They're
ます。
they're all going towards the same starting point, so and then they diverge. But you know, yeah, Chachimaru is fucking way off in the weeds, doing something
こ
else.
こが なんか違う感じやな。
はい。
Silence falls. No one seems to have an answer. I'm the one who told them about Kinsego's link to Chachamaru, but even I have no clue what that horrible girl is planning.
ああ、すまんな、村正の姉ちゃん。こっちで勝手に盛り上がってて。
いえ、どちらかというと皆で盛り下がっていたのですがね。
聞いたばっかでこっちから何も話しとらんかったわ。な、こっちはこっちでいろいろとあって。
The prince and the commissioner proceed to explain what happened while Kageaki and I were in Horigoe. After Kinseigo erased Hachiman's shrine, the prince was moved here to Kenchoji Temple. Despite Kenchoji's strong ties to the Ashikaga clan, many of the temple's monks were secret supporters of the imperial court. The prince immediately resumed operations with renewed vigor. One of his first tasks was to establish contact with the remnants of Okabe Yoritsuna's failed rebellion. As it turned out, these were led by Kuronose Doji, who had just narrowly escaped from the governor of Horigoe's mansion.
それで同時から堀越御所で妙な男に助けられたって話を聞いてな。名前は
Yeah, small world, huh?
影焼やって言うやないか。もうひっくり返るかと思うたい。
Like, oh shit, that guy's alive? Fuck!
いないいない言うて探してた影焼君がまさかそんなとこにいるなんてな。
そうですか。
And that's when he found me, I suppose. To be honest, I don't really care about any of all this. The only thing on my mind is what comes next.
さて、情報を整理したところで今後の話です。
So, Aine, you got Masamune right now? You know, is he kicking around? You know, can we get him involved in this, or you know?
そやな。影焼君を助け出したげんと。
Like, what's the deal there, huh?
いえ、宮殿下。そのようなことは後回しで良いでしょう。
I suppose, you know, if we actually saw the aftermath of the fucking Enoshima stuff, instead of just skipping right past it, we'd be able to know if, you know, he's a factor in this route, or still undisclosed, but, says the man I heard was Kageaki's adopted father. Yeah.
後回して菊池。
まあ利用されているということは差し当たって命を奪われる危険はないということで
Yeah,
もあ
well,
りますけれど
at least now we know he's alive, and
何にどう
you
利
know
用され
he's
るの
now
かにもよ
found
ります
stable
な。
income. He's got a job, you know, an improvement from before.
堀越久保の目論みも気がかりですが、幕府全体の動きも忘れてはなりません。
Because I don't think you were paying him for his
今は
fucking
こちら
big
の方が
police
差
deputy
し迫っ
job.
ています。幕府が朝廷に働きかけている足利国氏への大将領宣言、これが成功した時、おそらく大和の情勢は決定的な節目を迎えます。
ええ、その時期に合わせて GHQ が軍事行動を企画しているのはほぼ疑いありません。
決定力となる新兵器が用意されている模様でございます。
I mean, they could do a fair number, but,
六
you
原
know,
と進駐軍、
I don't think you can win
我
outright.
々としてはどちらの勝利も望ましくない。無論両者の戦争が決着せず、いたずらに国土と国
Yeah,
民を
not
疲弊
not
させて
quite
いくの
maintain the status quo, but, you know,
今は両者を
again,
争わ
you
せる
know,
べき
a
ではない。
nebulous,
したがって
undisclosed third
足
option.
利四郎への大将領宣言を妨害しなくてはならぬという。
そうです。
京都と連絡を取り合ってなんとかかんとか引き延ばしてもろうてるけどな。
長くは持たないでしょう。
Yeah.
今のうちに幕閣内への工作を進め。
And now they're talking about politics. This is how things are. I understand that. They can't drop everything for the life of one man. And yet. job of the Horigoe governor at Futuraka Castle turns out to be a good deal easier than I expected. This is due to two major factors. First and foremost is that the support team Chochomaru left behind when she departed for Sasagawa. Despite my exceedingly suspicious background, this group of veteran staff officers has served me, if not enthusiastically, then faithfully and without complaint. Thought it strange at first. Given the circumstances, I expected little more than a thin veneer of obedience. But perhaps that's just how things are in Horigoe. I can see how serving a general such as Chochomaru might build in one a certain tolerance to an oh god, my voice just died. Tolerance to unusual orders. Or perhaps Chochomaru merely warned them not to cause trouble. Either way, I'm not so foolish as to believe that their loyalty to me, that they are loyal to me personally. There we go. Words are hard. And that is hardly a matter of concern. Ultimately, my rank and position in Chochomaru's first officer are a temporary contrivance. I have neither the need nor desire to build rapport with my fellow officers. Raw professionalism should be enough to see me through. Fortunately, my task is quite simple. For each matter that comes to my desk, I consult the other staff officers and solicit their suggestions, then render a decision based on that advice. These are career military men. They have given me no reason not to trust their expertise. It is a thoroughly mechanical process, requiring no exercise of imagination on my part. A more creative man might find this intolerable, but such men do not always make good generals. Such men shine in extraordinary situations in the heat of battle. In purely administrative posts, however, the need to express oneself can be a liability. Yeah, the military fucking runs on the bean counters, you know. You can have, the fucking hot shots that try to, fucking do all the good shit so that way they can later in life write their autobiography, yada yada. Those guys are fucking assholes. No one really likes them. But a dude who can put together a real good PowerPoint and knows how to use an Excel spreadsheet, oh boy. Nothing would function without them. During my time as an army conscript, I had occasion to serve as orderly to orderly is a position. As orderly to an unimaginative general. My impression of him, having observed him closely, was that he said little and listened much. And yet there was no one command trusted more to govern a captured territory. He was reassigned eventually, and the general who replaced him was a so-called genius, was up to his neck in rebels within the year. I heard that he insisted on addressing every problem personally and refused to listen to the advice of his staff. As to which general's methods were superior, the results would seem to leave no room for doubt. In short, all I am doing now is imagining what General Higuchi would do in my place. It is ironic, come to think of it. 6 years ago, General Higuchi resisted Rogaharu's coup. They executed him as a traitor.
こちらの件はこのまま処理してしまって構わないでしょうか。
任せる。武士の明細はどこだ。
これです。
材木が発注数に達していないな。
はい。一部が縄文の補修に回された
Oh
ため、
boy,
その分不足していま
logistics,
す。
my favorite.
大至急調達させますか。
It actually kind of is. I love logistics.
調達はしておくべきだが、無理をしする必要はない。
Yeah, no need to stress the
もと
system.
もとこの発注数は、俺の見るところ、相当多めに見積もられている。
確かに。
設営する会場の規模を考えても、
Yeah,
現時
just
点の数
bookmark
量
it
で
as
十分に
something
賄
we're
える
low
は
on.
ずだ。今はいい。別件が生じた時に合わせて不足分を追加発注しておけ。
ではそのように。
At present, Futuraka Castle is busy with preparations for Ashikaga Kuniuji's investment ceremony. Colonel Otori's plan to put pressure on Kyoto has paid off, and the investment is expected to take place shortly. Origoe has been charged with constructing the pavilion where the ceremony will take place. This was a rather lucky assignment. During my time as an office worker, I handled construction projects on a daily basis. That experience has proven invaluable, which is the other reason I've managed to avoid embarrassing myself. Most of my work today has been related to the construction. I worked my way through the pile of reports one by one, addressing each with the help of my staff before moving on to the next.
なんだ
I look up from the document I was reading. The officer sitting next to me, my aide, seems to have something to say. He hesitates for a moment and speaks.
失礼しました。中佐殿は先日まで民間におられたと聞いていますが、その割に軍務が板についていると不意に思ったもので。
モノマネの才能があったらしい。
Yeah, fake it till you make it.
マネ？
職業軍人はこれが初めてだが、徴兵されて軍にいたことはある。その一時期、将軍の当番兵を務めて、仕事ぶりをそばで眺めた。
なるほど。門前の小僧を何とやるですか。
And you know, like you said, I dealt with construction in my civilian life, so.
そんなところだ。
More blunt observation than I anticipated. While shrugging it off, I scan his expression.
まだ何か言いたいらしい
な。あなたが何者か私は知らない。あなたはチャチャマル様の近くにいる。
He's like, yeah, you might be shady as all fuck, but you're good by my book.
我々とは違う。あの方を理解できず、恐れるしかできず、猛従するしかできない我々とは。あなたはチャチャマル様に望まれている。あなたが我々にはできないことをしてくれるのなら、どのような形であろうと、チャチャマル様の救いになってくれるのなら、それは喜ばしいことです。申し訳ありません。
Yeah, get a little sentimental during work hours, you know, at least wait till we clock out, bud.
業務に戻ります。
おう。
I returned my attention to the report in my hands. Double check the numbers. Oh, good. I proceed to the next report. While reading, I let the question drop.
お前は不器用な男か。
なぜかあなたにそれを言われるのは許せないような気がします。
Next document. Sign and stamp. Next. Confer with my aide. Sign and...
副官殿！バカ者！場所柄をわきまえんか！は！失礼！
いや、いい。どうした？
Yeah, it's clearly important if you're this frazzled.
はい。少々。
But you should still knock.
つまり、資材が消えたというこ
Oh
と
no.
は！
After questioning the workmen and guards, the situation becomes clear, at least on the surface. Supplies are missing, and not because they were used as intended. I've already eliminated that possibility. This is foul play.
なくなったものは金属部品。それと機械部品か。
Bizarre?
はい。材木や食料品などは無事です。
持ち出しやすく、換金しやすいものだけが消えた。
What, you know, the meth heads just get in and strip all the copper?
そうとも言えます。ただ、金額的には大したものではありません。
Hey man, scrap metal money is still money. In other words, the missing supplies aren't the sort that a thief would normally steal. Still, that's not to rule out that's not enough to rule out thievery. The culprit may have decided to trade potential profit for reduced risk.
事件の究明もだが。
But so will replacing the lost supplies. In fact, this may be the greater problem. Supplies were essential to the construction project. They'll have to be replaced before the project can continue. While this doesn't present a financial obstacle, it will take time for the replacements to arrive. I'll need some finesse to avoid delaying the ceremony, which couldn't have happened at a worse. Wait, delay the ceremony? Could that be the thief's purpose? If so...
不審なものが出入りしていたというようなことは？
近辺で作業に当たっていたものは特に見ていないようです。
そうだな。
Ooh, warehouse manager is gonna get his pee-pee smacked?
こんなところに泥棒か。
変なもん盗んでいきやがったな。いや、こっちは困るけどよ。
泥棒じゃないのかもしれねえ。
Yeah, they just want to stick it to the man.
じゃあなんだい。
国氏様を対象領にしたくない連中が
ありそうな話。
おいおい、倒幕派の奴らが城内まで入り込んでるってのか。
倉庫の管理担当を逮捕しろ。
I left my voice to cut through the whispers.
中佐殿、
これは軍内部の犯行だ。消えた物資は闇市場に横流しされている。全国その報告があった。とぼけた顔をするな。機関も聞いていただろう。
Yep, everyone, you know, cover this shit up. Under the rug it goes.
そうでありました。不堕落に納品されたはずの資材が裏の市場に流れていると。
Yep.
確かにここの管理担当が横領したのだとすれば事のつじつまは合います。
倒幕派の工作員ごときがこの不堕落城に潜入できるとは思えんし。
Yeah, what, they just got a little fucking rickshaw behind them, you know, full of machine parts, you know, just going out the front gate? Nah.
すぐに身柄を拘束させます。厳罰に処さねばなりませんな、中佐殿。
当然だ。このような時に軍の結束をかき乱す輩には相応の報いを
Damn,
くれ
sucks
て
to
や
be
らね
this
ばなら
guy.
ん。
Being a middle manager sucks.
直ちに処置を。おい、聞いていたな。
Yep, time for a public execution.
横領犯を逮捕するのだ。この倉庫の管理担当だ。いいか、弁明など聞く必要はない。有無を言わさず武装解除し、尋問は5国こちらでする。
Oh,
再起。
Lights in my room just flashed, but not because of the power. The lighting setup in my where I record is weird. It's in a little sunroom, and I just have like lights strung up around like the along the ceiling around the entire fucking like extension that this little sunroom is on my house. And it's got a little remote control for controlling, you know, the brightness of the lights. I can set it to, you know, flash slowly. I don't know why I would ever want to do that. But someone nearby, they gotta have like a garage opener or something that whenever they hit it, it causes like my lights to like start flashing. It's very strange. It only happens at random times. I don't know what it is or what could be causing that, but as long as the power doesn't go out, that's fine.
了解。お前たちもだ。作業に戻れ。
It's also plugged into the surge protector that I have my computer plugged into, so hopefully that doesn't go off and, you know, I lose power to my PC. That'd be very bad, because if I lose power during a recording, it like corrupts the data and I can't export it, and that would be like an hour lost of footage. It's happened before. Once I've addressed the situation, I deliver my report to the generals.
そうか。うまく処理したではないか。
The real report or the cover story report?
ありがとうございます。
そう？資材が消えて別のところでは横流しの報告があったからって二つを結びつけるのは短絡的すぎない？
Yes.
貴様の口から短絡的などという言葉が出ると何やらいわく言い難い違和感があるな。
どうしてよ。
横流しの報告とやらはでっち上げであろう。
Yeah.
違うかな、港中佐。ご見察の通りであります。
どういうこと？
It's a cover story.
中佐、説明してやれ。
は、事件の真相はおそらく反幕府勢力による妨害工作であると思われます。
You can't have people talking about that though, or you know, actually open a line of inquiry about it, because otherwise, you know, let's go to my good old saying that's opening another big can of worms, which, in this case, the big can of worms that everyone's gonna see. And, you know, when you're eating your can of worms, you want to do it by yourself, you know, alone in the comfort of your own home, not in public where everyone can see you wolfing down those worms. You know, and they just kind of look at you, disgusted like.
海上設営の必需品を奪取するにより工事をひいては式典を遅らせようという意図でしょう。小細工ですが効果はあります。
But then they see you eating the worms and they're like, man, could there be worms in my food? And there probably is. But they just don't know it, and you don't want them looking too hard, and otherwise they'll see the worms and then they'll raise a stink.
奪われた資材はすでに城内で処分
It's
され
like
た
how
と
you
いう
read
のが妥当かと。
like journals and diaries from like
危険を冒して外へ持ち出す意味はありません
cross-Atlantic
か
fucking voyages back in the day. They'd be like, yeah, all the hardtack was like full of fucking weevils. So we just ate it in the dark. So that way we didn't have to see the bugs we were eating.
じゃあ何
Yeah.
横領の容疑で逮捕された倉庫の管理担当は完全な冤罪で、あんたは最初からそれを承知で牢屋送り
Yeah,
に
it sucks to be that guy. He's probably not involved, but, you know, he should still lose his position for, you know, letting massive amounts of theft happen under his watch.
はい。
ああ、なるほど。そういうことなのね。
Yeah, he's the fall guy.
ようやく理解したか。そうだ。真相を真相のまま発表してしまうのはたやすい。だが、倒幕派が城内に潜み工作を行っているなどという事実が知られれば、八幡宮事件の余韻も冷めやらぬ今、将兵を決定的に動揺させるきっかけとなりかねん。
横領事件ということにしておけばその心配はない。むしろ厳正な処分を下すことで好機の引き締めを図れると。いや、とっさによく
You
考
know,
えたもの
cut
だ
down
な。
on any actual
お主
black
腹
market
芸の達
fucking,
者ではないか。
you know, misappropriation of goods going on, which is undoubtedly happening.
恐れ入ります。
まあまあね。あんたみたいな男がチャチャ丸の下についてるってのもなんだか不思議な気がするけど。
まったくだな。詮索はせんが、一体どんな出会いをしたのよ。
Family acquaintance.
して港中佐、この後の処理はどうするつもりかの。逮捕した倉庫管理担当は因果を含めた上で場外の適当な部署へ配転。表向きは処刑と発表しておくのがよろしいでしょう。
You know, it's not really his fault, so we're not actually gonna off him, but we'll make everyone think we did. He's just getting reassigned somewhere.
そして無論、工作員の洗い出しも極秘裏に、かつ迅速に行うべきです。だのう。
そちらはマロが引き受けましょう。
資材の補填。
Sure you got the subtlety for it?
すでに業者と連絡をつけてあります。多少の無理は生じますが、工期は遅らせずに済むものと。
結構。大いに結構だ。港中佐。貴様はどうも俺を失望させないな。
過分なお言葉です。いやいや、わしも同じ気持ちよ。
Woo!
これは何か褒美を取らせねばなるまいの。
Oh, yeah, we getting a promotion?
褒美？よしきよ。
はい。
Yoshikiyo turns out to be General Usa's page. He appears immediately, like a loyal puppy, and kneels at his master's side.
ご用でしょうか。
この御仁をいたわってやってくれ。
How so? Like a back massage? Like, he bows to his master, then turns to me. Why is he blushing?
中佐殿、入れるのと
Yeah, I assumed it was gonna be like this.
どっちがいいですか。
Top.
結構だ。
He's like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
手とか口とか足とかでも。
It's fine.
結構だ。
Like, shoulders are a little stiff. You know. Having delivered my report, I leave to return to my duties. There are still matters that require my attention.
港中佐
大鳥中将
Yeah, we already know what kind of freak Usadoshin is, so
報
you
告
know,
内
I
容に問
expected
題
that.
がありましたでしょうか。
いや違う食事は済ませたか
There's nothing wrong if you want to fuck pretty boys, but you know, at least have them be adults. You know, you can fuck your pretty adult men all you want, but you know, don't. You know, hot take here, but maybe don't fuck kids. You know, just throwing that out there.
いえ、まだ。
ならば付き合い
It's like you and me. We're the only not fucking dumb people around here. Lunch with the governor of Sasagawa turns out to be less of an event than one might expect. We take seats in the corner of the officers' mess. There are no aides or servants to wait on us. Plain and simple, which, come to think of it, suits General Otori perfectly.
閣下はすぐ笹川へお戻りに。
ああ今夜のうちには立つここで手を抜いて京都の公家衆にまたぞろ反抗心をもたげられては何もかも水の泡だ
そのような多忙のところ、召喚などのためにお時間をいただき、感謝の言葉もございません。
I take care to keep my tone as sincere as possible. The general is not aware, of course, that Chachamaru is presently tampering with those very preparations in order to bring them in line with our objective. I don't know precisely what she has planned, but I doubt it'll be to Rokaharu's benefit.
食事の相手に呼んだだけのことだ気にするな
So yeah, I was gonna get lunch anyway. A brusque reply. However, I detect no hostility.
そもそも俺の方で貴様に用事があったのだしな
は、どのようなご用件でありましょうか。
一言で済む
は、
単刀直入に言えば
Okay. You want him to join your side? He sets his chopsticks down, wipes his mouth, then fixes me with a fierce glare.
チャチャ丸を切らんか
閣下。
聞き間違いかなどとつまらん定型句を言うなよ
先回りされては口にもできませんが。
Yeah.
ただいまのお言葉は正確なところ。
How? Why?
どのような意味でしょうか。
To what extent? For what reason?
どう解釈されようが構わんのだがな奴の首を実際にぶった切ってもいいぞ後の面倒は俺が見てやる
ご冗談を。
These are not the general's private quarters. There's no telling who could be listening. Don't need this headache.
今日の仕事ぶりを見るに貴様なら久保職くらい務まりそうだチャチャ丸を指示して後釜に座っても格別問題はなかろうよ俺も似たようなことをやっている、チャチャ丸にしてからが親を殺して地位を奪ったのだ
Kill your own fathers
貴
a
様
lot.
が同じことをしたからといって今さら誰が文句など言うか
閣下、少々お戯れが過ぎます。
そうかまあいいなら言葉の意味を変えてやろう、切れと言ったのは見切れということだ
Like, you know, I could use a skillful administrator working under me instead. You know, there's some benefits that would come with it.
チャチャ丸を捨てて俺の下につけ、皇軍は約束する連隊をやろうもちろん大佐に昇進させた上で
Full bird, let's go.
どうだ男として世に生まれ落ちたからには
Not really.
一個連隊率いて戦場を駆け巡ってこそ本会というものであろうが
それは否定いたしかねますが。
Okay. Like, realistically, yeah, everyone wants to be the big cool hero guy, you know, leading the charge, yada yada. But then you think about it realistically, and like, man, that would kind of suck. There was indeed a time in my childhood when I dreamt of such a future. I'm sure the same is true of every boy in Yamato, if not the world.
しかしこの年になれば嫌でも分際を知るものです。自分に
Starting to
連隊
realize that
指揮官の
maybe
住職が
peace is a
務まる
good
とは
thing,
思
you
いま
know.
せん。
Maybe it would be good if I didn't have to go into battle at all.
過度の謙遜は貴様らしくないぞ。
You know, speak softly, big stick. You know, that thing. It's fine to have your big stick. But, you know, it's also good to not have to use it.
身びいきを省いた自己評価であります。
大嘘を抜かせ。でなければ、案外貴様は自分を知らんのだ。つまらんな。港、俺を失望させるつもりか。
Oh, come on, don't throw your position around like that.
残念であります。大鳥閣下のご期待に応えかねたのであれば、ただいまのありがたいお
Good way to
話
turn it around
な
on
か
him,
ったことにするしかございますまい。
この鉄面ピが。
The general flashes a toothy grin, as if nothing could be more amusing.
それほどちゃちゃ丸がいいのか。
I mean, yeah.
姿勢の身から引き上げていただいた恩を感じております。
心にもないことを言うな。露骨に歯が浮いているわ。
Yeah, we saw how she was walking that day.
これは深く。
いちいち人を食ったやつだ。ちゃちゃ丸。あのアシュラじみた小娘と比べても、俺がそう劣るとは思えんがな。
Well, you don't have the ass, so.
貴様の目で見ると、差があるのか。
I mean, unless you want to, you know, put on that nice dress and some lipstick, and you know, we can talk about this over a real dinner.
いえ、そのようなことは決して。
Then I don't think it's gonna happen, bud.
ではなぜだ。ちゃちゃ丸にこだわる理由は何だ。そうか。言っていたな。利害の一致がどうのこうのと。何か都合あってちゃちゃ丸の元を離れられんというわけか。
解釈はご自由に。
Lack of comment is the same as a comment.
その都合とやらを俺が引き受けてやると言ったら。
The thing is, you can't really.
大鳥閣下。自分といたしましては、閣下ほどの方が召喚の時に覚悟を出されることこそ。
Is it be funny as fuck?
そのあたりのご本心についてお尋ねしてもよろしいでしょうか。
なんだ、話をそらす気か。ま、今日は見逃しておこう。深追いは傭兵の禁則だからな。貴様を誘うのは貴様の才を買っているからだ。
And that would be?
他にも理由がないことはないな。
それはどのような。
貴様の面を見ていると、
oh.
どうも弟のことを思い出す。
Okay.
妙な話だ。俺はあいつの顔などもう覚えていないというのに。
Didn't expect you to go this route?
弟がおられたのですか。
I've never heard mention of it. Besides, everyone knows that Otori Shishiku was adopted. Of course. The brother was from his previous life, whatever that may have been.
幼い頃に別れたきりだ。今どこで何をしているのか、生きているのかすらわからん。生きていれば、
Damn, that's kind
貴
of
様
rough.
と同じ年頃のはずだ。それだけだ。我ながら気の迷いだな。貴様くらいの年の男などだが貴様だけが妙に懐かしい。
閣下。
くだらん。バカバカしい。これでは妄想狂だな。くだらん。
Again, all sentimental, you know.
は長くなさそうだ。
Must be losing your edge.
貴様をそばに置いて、俺は同じ血肉でできた弟と一緒に生き、一緒に戦う。そんな心地を味わいたいらしい。くだらん。俺としたことが。
The general's diatribe leaves no room for reply. I can only listen to the clock in the wall ticking away the seconds. I realize that the mess hall is now empty. There's a slight chill in the air.
どの軍にいようと同じ六原。閣下と自分とが肩を並べて戦うことに違いはない。
It's not the same, though.
このような言いざまが許されるのであれば、
He wants a bro, dude. He wants you to be his dude. But you're just gonna be another guy.
口先だな。貴様が戦う理由は、六原への忠義などではなかろう。
大鳥閣下をもって中心の鏡とするのであれば。なるほど。返す言葉もございません。閣下はまさに。
I mean, it takes a rat to
六
know
原の
one,
正義を
so.
体現されるお方ゆえ。
ほう、そう見えるか。
違いましょうや。
違いはせんな。違いは
Yeah,
せ
it's
んが。
everything's a little more complicated than it seems on the surface.
正義、忠義。しかし、所詮は指針だ。俺がやりたくてやっているに過ぎんからな。そう考えれば、同じか。貴様が脳裏で何を
Like,
企
damn,
もう
got me there.
となじれた筋合いではないわ。同じ心、同じ私利私欲よ。
Don't beat yourself up about it, though.
誰にも一つくらいは無条件で信じられる価値があっていい。いくつもあったら単なるバカか成人だがな。家族だの、親友だの。今の俺にはどちらもないが、国家がある。
Yeah, I know your life kind of sucks, but it's kind of your own fault too, so.
このヤマトという国だけは信じられる。守り通すため、神明を投げ打てる。貴様にも何かあるのだろ
う。はい、閣下。
My sister.
あります。
ならば俺たちは同類だ。同胞ではないのだとしてもな。くだらん。俺は随分とらしくないことを話していたようだ。
You know, even if the pattern we show is different, we're cut from the same cloth.
くだらん。愚かしいな、我ながら。
閣下。
時間を取らせたな。俺はもう行く。
I start to rise, but the general's gone before I can offer my salute. I sink back in my chair, then stare for a while at the empty seat across from me. Every man may have one thing of true value, one thing to which he devotes himself utterly. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're going to ending it here for today. It's past midnight. I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. I've been up all day. I'm done. So, once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and the notification bell. See you guys all next time for the next episode of Full Metal Daemon Muramasa, where we will continue pushing paper at the office while the squad on the outside, you know, plans their rescue operation, I guess. Even though he doesn't really want to be rescued, but it's for his own good. It's like an intervention, yeah? So, we'll see if they're able to get through to our guy. Catch you guys later.